I told you yesterday you was gonna pay me for my pain. I told you yesterday you was gonna pay me for my pain. See, you the type of person, you ain't used to having nobody around you to meet you where you at. All right? I'm equally as crazy. I'm equally mentally and emotionally unstable as you are. All of this was supposed to be put to bed yesterday.
But here's what nobody saw coming. Tamar Braxton didn't just hurt her friend, she set him up deliberately.
You the one who sings so beautifully, but don't nobody give a about it. Because the only reason you ever get airtime lately is when you're talking about me or you're talking about somebody else. You doing something negative. And if that's what you want to be known for is negative bullshit, keep doing what you're doing.
Multiple people, same story. Tamar doesn't make friends. She manufactures collateral damage.
And then we could really finish spilling it all publicly, bitch, because it still ain't even all spilled. I'm still holding on over here. I'm still over here trying to protect what little bit of damn dignity you got left about yourself. Leave me alone, girl.
But when Storm Monroe connected the dots, everything changed. And what he found? The most calculated betrayal in recent celebrity history. Okay, so let's set the stage. Most people know Tamar Braxton from her voice. That woman can sing. But over the last few years, her career has been quiet, real quiet. No major album drops, no touring, no headlines about her talent, just silence. And that silence was killing her. See, Tamar built her entire brand on being in your face, on drama, on spectacle. She's literally never been the type of person who can just exist without being the center of attention. And when the music industry stopped calling, she got desperate. Last week, she made a move that would change everything. And it started with a cryptic post. She woke up in a pool of blood, broken teeth, a fractured nose, hospitalized. That's what she told the world. No context, no explanation, just visceral, shocking imagery, asking for prayers. And you know what happened next? The entire internet had questions, theories, accusations, but the person everyone was looking at, not Tamar, Funky Dineva. See, Funky was the last person spotted with Tamar that night. They were partying together. They were cool. They were kikiing like old friends. Then, boom, Tamar's cryptic post goes up. And Funky, he's suddenly the villain in everyone's story. For days, Funky got dragged. People were asking if he spiked her drink, if he hit her, if one of his friends set her up. His name was Toxic Online, while Tamar sat in silence, letting the speculation grow. And here's the twisted part. Tamar knew the truth. Whatever happened or didn't happen, she knew Funky had nothing to do with it. A glossy, polished EP promo. And standing right there beside her in the video, Funky Dineva. Now think about that for a second. This man's name was dragged through the mud. The internet thought he might have committed a violent crime. His birthday weekend turned into an interrogation. And the one person who could have cleared his name, she let him swing. Funky saw that video, and he understood. He wasn't part of a genuine moment. He was part of a PR stunt. He was collateral damage in Tamar's game to sell an album, and he was not about to stay quiet. But here's where it gets worse. Because Funky and Tamar didn't just meet at a party, they had a real friendship. Years of history. Funky had defended her when others dragged her. He'd given her a platform. He'd treated her like family. And she repaid that loyalty by letting the internet assume he was violent. You want to know what that does to a person? Especially someone like Funky, whose entire brand is built on being honest, being blunt. This wasn't just a betrayal, it was a violation of everything he stands for.
We would be really good friends together. And I was glad when you reached out to me and we started hanging out. And we had some really good times. We did, honest and truthfully, we had great times the whole way through until you came with this.
But the most insulting part, when Tamar finally broke her silence after days of letting Funky take heat, she didn't apologize. She didn't clear his name outright. She just posted some vague, "I love Funky" caption that felt more like damage control than genuine remorse.
No matter what he says, I love Funky Dineva, and if I would have known what was going on while I was recovering, I would have said.
You see the problem with that statement? She's claiming she didn't know what was being said about Funky while she was recovering. But the internet had been going crazy. It was everywhere. It's the same playbook every single time. Shock the people, stay vague, watch the speculation spin. And when nobody's talking about her music anymore, they're definitely talking about her drama. And the worst part, the people closest to her always end up paying the price. This is someone who knows her music isn't getting her attention anymore, so she's weaponized her relationships to stay relevant. She's using people. Look at what happened with Candy. Tamar spent years dragging Candy online. shaming her businesses, calling her a horrible singer, and, this is the wild part, she even implied that Candy's ex-husband Todd put hands on her. Then she tried to out him as gay to embarrass Candy even more. This is not the behavior of someone who just makes mistakes. This is someone who deliberately weaponizes intimacy and information. She gets close to people. She learns their secrets, and then she uses those secrets to tear them down when it benefits her. And then there's what she did to Jason Lee and Funky Dineva. So Jason Lee helped her. He gave her access to his platform. And how did she repay him? By talking crap about him behind his back to anyone who would listen. But with Funky, it was even worse. Funky was a loyal defender. He regularly used his platform to praise her talent. He promoted her music. He actually gave a damn about her success. And Tamar knew this. She knew Funky had her back. And then, when Tamar woke up with broken teeth, allegedly by the way, her first instinct wasn't to call Funky and say, hey, people are gonna come for you, let me clear the air. Her first instinct was to let it happen, to let the conspiracy theories grow, because those theories were good for her album release. She traded her friend's reputation for album buzz.
You know, I made a simple request. Can you just say a little something? Well, I'm in the hospital. I didn't say nothing. I said, okay, girl. You had Phil and Norman them called me. You put the statement up for all of 45 minutes and you took it down and started popping off.
45 minutes. She posted something for 45 minutes, not even long enough for most people to see it, and then took it down and went back to silence while Funky was still getting dragged. That's not an accident. That's not oversight. That's calculated. And this is where Storm Monroe enters the chat. Now, Storm Monroe is known for one thing. He doesn't back down. He's carved out his entire platform on holding celebrities accountable, even when it costs him. So when Storm saw what happened to Funky, when he saw Tamar's stunt for what it really was, he decided to say what everyone was thinking, but too afraid to say out loud. Storm went on his platform and dragged the situation for filth. And Storm didn't just say, this is messy. He broke it down. He showed the mechanics of the manipulation. First, that cryptic, I almost died post. It wasn't mysterious, it was reckless. When you drop something like that with no context, you're not asking for prayers. You're inviting chaos. You're weaponizing the internet's tendency to speculate. But the bigger sin, according to Storm, was that Tamar never stepped up to protect Funky once the internet started chewing him up. And this is important because friendship, real friendship, means showing up when someone's name is on the line. Tamar could have shut the whole thing down with one post. Funky didn't harm me. He wasn't there. Stop. That's it. One sentence, and Funky's name is cleared. But she didn't do that. She let him dangle while she plotted her music video. And then Storm hit her on the timing, the rollout, the music video appearance. Here's a woman who was supposedly in the hospital, supposedly so traumatized that she needed the world to pray for her. And a week later, she's dancing in a music video with the very person she let take the heat for her alleged attack. That's not recovery. That's a rollout strategy. And Storm went deeper. He talked about Tamar's entire methodology, the cryptic posts, the breadcrumb trails, the half answers, and wait till I can tell y'all energy. It works for headlines. It definitely works for creating mystery and intrigue, but it kills trust, real trust, because what looks like mystique online feels like manipulation in real life. But here's the thing that really got to Storm. He identified something fundamental about Tamar's character. She's choosing spectacle over loyalty. Funky built his entire brand on blunt honesty. He'll read you to filth, sure, but he'll do it to your face. He doesn't hide behind mystery. He doesn't use vague posts and cryptic language. He's honest about who he is and what he's saying. Tamar is the exact opposite. She lives in the spectacle. And when those two worlds collided, Funky got burned. And this is where Storm really hit her where it hurt. He said something that stuck with people. In music, mystery might sell, but in friendships, that same energy makes you toxic. Tamar traded her credibility as a friend for album buzz, and the internet noticed. Now Tamar eventually slid onto socials with that classic Braxton mix of shade and victimhood. She said she would have spoken up if she'd known what was happening while she was recovering. But here's the issue with that defense. The whole internet was talking about this. It was everywhere. Blogs were covering it. Her sisters were being tagged repeatedly. The conspiracy theories were blowing up. To claim she didn't know, that's gaslighting. And even if we believe her, and we shouldn't, she still didn't directly apologize. She didn't say, I'm sorry for letting my name get dragged. She just gave us vague love language that screamed performative. And honestly, Funky's response said it all. He accepted her olive branch, but only because he was exhausted. Not because he believed her, but even as he accepted her apology, you could hear the hurt, the violation, the sense that he was disposable to someone he called a friend. And that's what really stung, and she let him burn. And now, the very thing she was trying to create, attention, is definitely here. But not in the way she wanted, because now everyone's watching. Everyone's paying attention to her pattern, and once people start seeing you as the drama instead of the talent, it's nearly impossible to come back from that. The voice that could have made her a legend got buried under the theatrics, and the friends who could have helped her build something real, they're gone. What do you think? Was Storm right to call her out? Sound off in the comments, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because this story is far from over.